What's up, bro? What's up, bro? Welcome back, Reedy and Z. We are here to tap in and talk about what's next. The Washington Commanders on yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Yesterday, traded
Yesterday.
Jahan Dotson, former first round pick, wide receiver from Penn State. Traded him to the Philadelphia Eagles, division rival, NFC East rival. Traded Jahan and a fifth for a third and 2/7. We are here to talk about the trade, talk about how we feel about it, and then talk about what could possibly be next for this team. So first up, go ahead, bro.
I mean, the writing was on the wall the whole offseason. Let's just go back to last season. Eric Bieniemy. He lack of focus, drop passes. I mean, he's been a precise route runner. I'll give him that much. But it just was a major drop off from the rookie season to his sophomore season. And apparently, through the media, John Kine, Craig Hoffman, everybody's been reporting. Brian Mitchell, JP Finley, everybody's been reporting that he's clearly not getting it done. So, I mean, at this point in time, he has 2 years left on his rookie contract. I mean, you got to try to get what you can get. You know what I mean? He's not blossoming into what we thought he was. We all thought that he was going to bounce back this year. He was going to give us something. But clearly, if he's not, and he hasn't shown up in practices and stuff that we don't see, we're not privy to, then hey, they had to cut their losses. New regime, new day. They didn't draft him. They don't owe him nothing. So they got what they can get. Now, do I think something else is coming? Possibly, but I doubt it. But I think they're retooling for next year. I think next year is going to be where we're going to see all our splashes this upcoming offseason. And it makes sense. A caller called in the Craig Hoffman show yesterday. I was listening on the radio. He basically said Terry has 2 years left on his deal. So say, for instance, hypothetically speaking, we went and got an Ayuk. We could sign an Ayuk to a 3 to 4 year deal and give Terry a 3-year extension and still be good when it comes time to extend Jaden Daniels. He'll be coming up on his 5th year. That's the only significant money that we're really paying out. And you got to think all of these people that they went out and got in free agency this past offseason, this current offseason that just passed, they're on 1 and 2 year deals. So the money is going to reflip. So we're in a good position. I just feel like Adam Peters is playing chess when everybody else is playing checkers. We get too attached, and I'll take the brunt of it. I was attached to Sam Howell. I was attached to these other players, but it's a new day. It's time to move on. If you're not producing, you got to go. It's straight like that. You know what I mean? Did it surprise me? It surprised me. I didn't think they was going to trade him. I didn't. I would have thought Diami would have been cut out of here before Jahan Dotson, but it makes sense. He's a young player. He's a precise route runner. Now, whatever's going on in his head, and he can't get off press coverage. He's not a big blocker. And you got to think they modeled this team after San Francisco, where Peters comes from. You look at San Francisco, all their receivers, they're downfield 20, 30 yards blocking. That wasn't him. Diami is a good blocker. He's been blocking for 3 years. Because he ain't been getting the ball. Terry McLaurin is a good blocker. The jury is out on Luke McCaffrey. We haven't seen much of him. But everybody else is blocking. Zacchaeus is coming in. He caught your eye at training camp. So to say he not better than somebody or this, that, and the third, it could be opportunities. Clearly, he may be better than him in this particular offense. Maybe not traditionally across the league in years past, but in this Cliff Kingsbury's offense, he's probably better than him. That's just my take on the Jahan situation.
All right. So, a lot of what you said could be true. My initial thoughts, as soon as I got the alert, I'm standing there. I just look at my phone. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, nah, no way. Then I'm like, to the Eagles. Like, nah. So I immediately called Reedy. This nigga sleep or nodding off. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, bruh, like, what?
Not
I'm like,
at all.
bruh, I'm done.
I'm not no fiend. I don't nod.
Nah, you can nod off by going to sleep if you're sleepy. But he sounded like he was just waking up, and I'm like, bro, you sleep? Like, what's going on? You ain't see what's going on? He
I was
like,
actually
what?
watching the YSL trial. That's what I do in my days during the daytime when I'm at work. I watch the YSL trial. And then if I get an alert or something, I may call you or something or whatever. But for the most part, this is the dog days of training camp when ain't shit going on.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I'm calling. I'm like, bro, like you ain't see the trade. See the trade? Like, wow. Going through that whole process, and I'm like, I'm done. You gonna trade him to the Eagles? Like, I mean, that was just my first thought. Second thought is just like, okay, it's cool if you don't want to, if you want to create this narrative that you're looking for physical wide receivers, guys that can get off press coverage, guys that can get down, not guys that not only just catch the football per se. So if that's the case, then going forward, that's what I want to see. Like, don't say this whole one thing, make it look like Jahan ain't this tough football player. Like, he didn't have a problem in college. He didn't have a problem his first year, and he got hurt. You know what I mean? And then last year he had a
He was
trouble year.
primarily in slot in college.
He was primarily in the slot in the first year. Last year, BNME tried to move him around or whatever, got him in the slot most of the time. But I mean, he had a sophomore slump. Can't take that. You know what I mean? It's cool. This year was definitely going to be the real test. I mean, he had the opportunity to be the true number two with Samuels was leaving. You know what I mean? Diami was way down the depth chart. Zacchaeus wasn't even on the team. Luke McCaffrey, a rookie. You still had Crowder. Like, his only real competition may have really been, and going into camp, we thinking like, yeah, like Diami might get cut. Jahan's number two. Boom. All right. I mean, I was at camp the first 3 days. Jahan was hooping. Most of the highlights and stuff that the reporters was talking about was Jahan was making catches. Jahan was doing this. Now, I believe in the first
hooping. What?
In practice, yes. In practice, yes.
Which
Absolutely.
practice you speaking of? Because the practice I remember going to,
I don't
know Jahan hooping. I remember Zacchaeus was the one that was hooping.
I'm not saying Zacchaeus wasn't hooping. I'm not saying that other guys wasn't doing this thing, but Jahan definitely has some solid.
You gotta start glazing this man, bro. Stop what you doing, bro.
Nah,
this man was not hooping. He may have had one catch and a drop, and that's hooping. Is that what we saying now, Z?
You reaching, bro. What I'm telling you is the man was hooping. His name was flying all across the goddamn all the reporters' tweets every day.
That
you know
man
I'm on the
tweets
all day long.
This man, Jahan
all
Dotson.
day long. They talk about my man. It's cool though. They talk about my man. He was doing his thing. Now, when the preseason game came, I kind of missed the first preseason game. I was doing a lot of moving around. There was something that occurred that kind of shifted things for him. I don't know exactly what that is, but I've realized that I'm like, damn, this man. Then the Jets game, was the Jets the first game? Whatever game it was, I'm like, damn, it's like third quarter. Jahan's still in the game. It's like, what's going on? So they mentioned about him getting more reps. And Dan Quinn at the time was saying he's just trying to figure it out. Everything's still in the mix. We're right there. I forget what his term is, but we're right there in the middle of it, is what he be saying. So he's trying to figure it out. Next thing you know, they come out and they talk about, you know what I mean, all these trade rumors. He's on the bubble, all this shit. And I'm like, huh? Where's this coming from? And then boom, he get traded. So, I mean, it goes along with the story, what they was trying to do. I feel like they had to get somebody. They had to make a move and move someone. But my thing is, me taking the fanhood out of it and looking at the business side. Okay, if we are trying to do what they say the big teams do, get rid of guys a year too early than a year too late. Okay, I can respect that. But why would you trade him to the Philadelphia Eagles? That's disrespectful. You typically trade people that you don't think is going to kick your ass twice in a game. I mean, 2 times a year. You do that when you really don't care. And I feel like sending him to the Eagles is like pure disrespect. It's not their guy, so they don't owe him anything. I just looking at how they move, and I'm like, damn, they did him like that. Treated him like he was garbage, in my opinion. And I think he's much better than that. And I think that he's going to go to Philadelphia and he's going to show that he was a solid guy. Putting him on the outside and all that, I don't even think that should have even been in the question. He should have been the slot guy the whole time. You could have had Terry Diami and Dotson in the if Diami is your number 2, or if you want to make him your outside, you could have left Dotson in the middle in the slot and let him do his thing. He's gonna burn safeties. Linebackers ain't even gonna be able to check him. Now, I mean, yeah, you can talk again. Wide receivers should know how to block. They talk about that in Little League. They teach that day one. I get all of that, but all these other a lot of wide receivers don't block, and they still solid. So the man just his chance was cut short, I believe, and I don't think we got that great of value for him. I mean, it's a 3rd round pick. You can argue it, maybe, I don't know, but we still gave up a 5th. Them 2 7s don't mean shit. You gave up a former first rounder, and a 5th round pick for a 3rd. That ain't no steal to me. Everybody's saying we hosed them, we got them, we scammed them. Not my opinion on that.
I don't necessarily think it's a steal, but I think that's probably the biggest offer that was on the table for him. And I don't know why we get so caught up in trading them within the division.
Why not?
First reports that was saying that he was like the 4th or 5th receiver, but I just pulled up the depth chart just now, and they got him as the starting slot. They got AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, and then Jahan Dotson the 3rd. I guess John Ross.
Because he's gonna play.
I guess John Ross is maybe injured or something like that. So, and then they got Paris Campbell basically playing the 2nd string X behind AJ Brown.
He's gonna play and he's gonna hoop.
Yeah, I mean, if he hoops, then he hoops. Congratulations to him. Well, he's not on our team no more.
Yeah, he's not on our team. So he's not on my team.
You can come back and say, "I told you so." Okay.
It's cool. He's not on the team. I gotta move on. I get that.
We moved on. That's it. We moved on.
Like I said in the last post I made today, it's cool if all those things that you're saying is the reason why you wanted to get rid of him. It just better make sense.
Maybe he wasn't a good fit for the offense. Have you?
And that's fine. That? I thought about that as well, and that's what I'm saying. That's part of the business decision. That's fine. It just better make sense. And in order to make sense for me, an upgrade needs to come. And that upgrade needs to be either Ayuk, Higgins, because we ain't getting no CD Lamb. Jamar Chase ain't getting traded either. So one of those 2, in my opinion, would be an upgrade. And then from there, if it ain't one of them and you roll with what you got, Diami better show the fuck out. Because if Diami go out and stink it up.
Why is all this on Diami? Diami was a 4th string receiver.
Okay, who else is it going to be on?
Because they've been glazing Diami in training camp?
He's going to be the number 2. They glaze.
I don't think he's the number 2.
Okay, so who's going to be the number 2?
I don't know. I'm hoping it's going to be an Ayuk, a Higgins.
Who's left?
It's going to be somebody.
No, I'm saying. I'm
thinking they're going to make a move.
Huh? If we don't make a move, who's your number 2? It got to be Diami. You ain't putting it on. Your number 2 is Diami.
You got McCaffrey in the slot. That's what you got to go with.
Okay.
I mean, you gotta think. It's people smarter than me and you that know football better than me and you. You got all of these offensive wizards in the room. Cliff Kingsbury. You got the Anthony Lynn. You got who's the other guy? The pass game coordinator. What's his name? They came from the Eagles. The previous
Brian Johnson.
You got all of these guys in the room. Dan Quinn. You got all of these people that evaluate talent. And you mean to tell me Adam Peters? You mean they signed off on this? Because clearly Cliff had to sign off on it.
That's why I just said it better make sense. I mean, as of right now, I just like I'm saying, if he's
out of it,
I took the fanhood out of it. All I'm saying is it has to make sense, Reedy. At the end of the day, we gave up arguably say the 2nd or 3rd best receiver on our team. Okay, so then after Terry. Then you really banking on Diami to do something, and that's no guarantee. He had 2 touchdowns in 4 years. Like, stop it. Zacchaeus is a project. We don't know what Zacchaeus can do. Luke is a rookie.
6 years. How's he a project?
Because what has he done to prove that
he hasn't done anything, but he's showing up now.
So he's still a project.
So on your job, if you work in a job and you're a new employee.
If you haven't reached your potential, you're still a project until you do.
Absolutely. But if you're working a job,
you're asking me what I'm saying.
I'm not asking you what you're saying, but I'm just saying that may not be the case. Somebody might
What
just
is the
be better
case?
than him. Sometimes we have to face the facts that he ain't it.
Ooh.
Who said he was the number 2 receiver? Who crowned him the number 2 receiver? We did? The fans? Who the fuck are we? How can we crown anybody?
So
We
you
ain't
tell
at
me
all we don't even see, hold on, let me finish my point. We don't even see everything that goes in as far as the installs or none of that shit. We barely can see 11 on 11, 7 on 7. We barely can get any clips from that. So how the fuck are you gonna sit here and honestly say that he's the number 2 receiver? What the fuck has he done to become the number 2 receiver? Because last year he was the number 2 receiver based on some mediocre ass numbers he had as a rookie.
He wasn't the number 2 last year. Curtis was the number 2.
Okay. Well, so who crowned him the number 2 now? You in the offseason? Process of elimination because Curtis went to Buffalo. So now all of a sudden he's the number 2.
Absolutely. Who did enough to be considered second to Terry?
Clearly them other niggas that's in there. They did enough. Clearly they doing enough now.
We gonna see.
You really gonna be crying if your man Crowder get cut. That's what you really gonna be crying.
I ain't gonna be crying on the crowd.
Like, for real.
I called it. I've been telling you all season,
bro.
I've been telling you all season. Crowder may get cut.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? Because they talking Kaz Allen being Debo like. Get the fuck out of here. Like, I mean, he fast. Debo like.
Bro, we have not seen all of what's going on in practice, bro. They didn't say he wasn't saying Debo like he was making a comparison. He was saying he had some of them tricks. He could do some of them things.
Pause. Debo is a human pinball. Kaz Allen ain't Debo like. Stop it.
Yo, you are
stop it. So it's cool, but again, like I said, if you're gonna bring an upgrade, I will shut up about it. I'm not. It's not glazing. Yeah, that was my man. But outside of all that, okay, football sense. It has to make sense. And right now, on paper, it ain't making sense to me because you're depending on somebody who is unproven in Zacchaeus. You're unproven in Diami. Nothing known about Luke. Like, these guys don't have no resume.
That's facts.
You know what I mean? You putting it on them.
Jahan got a resume?
Oh, God.
Jahan got a resume.
He had more resume. He had more of a resume than them niggas.
Because he got 11 touchdowns and 80 catches in 2 seasons.
Okay.
Huh? So that's a resume?
Absolutely. I bet you will take them stats and put it on your resume and try to get signed. Like you talking about. Right. You'll be like, I got 80 catches.
I'm just saying, like, something like, bro, it is what it is, bro. He gone. No. I wish you. What you say about Ron? I wish you well, right?
Nah, I wish you well, John. Done. I said, Ron, you're done. I ain't said I wish you well. Sam, I said I love you, Sam.
I got it on the post. Ron, I'm gonna put it in the story tonight. You said I wish you well.
I love you, son.
I remember the pod and everything.
Oh, no! At the end, you talking about the post? I mean, I did make a post to say. Yeah. I mean, wish you well away from here.
Yeah, exactly. Jahan, good luck.
Go be in the booth.
Good luck. He talking about fly Eagles fly, nigga. Fuck you. Go ahead, fly Eagles. I seen that video. I seen that shit. Fuck him.
What are you supposed to say?
He supposed to say what he said, but I'm just saying, still fuck him.
You sent them to Philly. That's disrespectful.
It's not disrespectful.
It is.
If anything, he's lucky he didn't get sent to who the sorriest team in the league, whoever that is.
I would have rather him been sent to anybody outside of the NFCs.
So you scared that he's going to torture us or something? That's what you're scared
I'm not scared. I know that he's going to be productive. I'm not scared. It's nothing to be scared about. The dude has talent.
Maybe they got bigger. Maybe they got bigger.
Twice,
plans and that we ain't privy to.
Okay, and like I said, it better work out.
Well, we'll see.
So we got some comments. My man Jimmy Jump, he was on the comments earlier, going back and forth with a few people about the topic, and he's saying, "So, Reedy, you feel you comfortable going into the season with these guys?"
I never said that. I'm just saying I'm trusting the process. I'm reserving my opinions on that. Y'all know what I will really say about week 1. Trust and believe that, because I'm gonna go the fuck off. You know
exactly. He gonna switch up. He was like, "Who the fuck is Z?" He be stuttering, can't even say his name. Zacchaeus. You gonna be watching. Like, who is this guy? Watch.
I mean, from what I've seen thus far, I mean, I seen his body at work when he was in Philadelphia. I mean, he was somewhere else. I remember with somebody. He really wasn't getting no burn. But I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean,
What's up with my
it's looking like we're going to primarily run the football, and then you're going to hit your tight ends, and then you're going to mix and matches with your receivers. I mean, you don't necessarily need you got Eckler, you got B Rob, you got Ertz. Ertz is looking like the Ertz of old.
There's
So
40-yard passes. I'm a little shocked by that.
You said what?
I said Ertz catching 40-yard passes. I'm shocked.
He's not injured. So if he can stay healthy, and then if what's his name? The new kid we just drafted a tight end. Hopefully, if
Sinat,
whatever his name is, he might be all right. I mean, we just gotta wait and see. Some other people may be getting cut soon too, so we don't know what's in the plans. It ain't. We ain't said Diami made the team. Who said that? Who said all these people made the team?
If you trade Jahan and then Diami don't make the team, then in 4 or 5 days,
we're gonna find out.
Yeah, but if you trade Jahan and then Diami doesn't make the team, and then you walk out there with Terry Zacchaeus, Luke and Crowder, and who else? Kaz Allen, Mitchell Tinsley, Tremaine, who you name him, Rosamie Jackson. Come on, what we doing? Jack Saint. I keep saying Jackson. Rosamie Jack Saint. What we doing? Like, come on, stop it. Booby James, I do like Shorty. He had a bad year last year, but he definitely gonna put on again. That's facts.
Oh my God, this guy.
You can't be a Mr. Towson. Don't do this. You can't be a first round pick and competing for the second and third receiving spot in a losing team.
He never should have been drafted in the first round. Let's just call a spade now. Enough is enough now. He never should have been drafted there. That was a reach. We went from 11 back to 16 to draft him when Chris Olave, Kyle Hamilton, all pro, all of these people was on the board.
That was your man.
Are we really about to sit here and make it seem like this dude belongs? Yes, he had a good rookie season. I'm with y'all on that. I'm not disputing it. Is he an outstanding route runner?
We ain't start arguing about the pick. We ain't start saying nothing about him being a first round pick and complaining about it until the end of last year.
The argument on Instagram was, what are we doing? He's a
no. I'm saying that's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying he is a first round pick. But what I'm saying, a lot of people saying he wasn't worth being in the first round. Nobody started saying that until the end of last year when they were shocked that he got drafted where he got drafted.
No, niggas was saying he shouldn't have been in the first round of that draft. I remember it vividly. Yeah, they were saying they had a second round, third round grade on him. That's what they said.
Third round? I don't remember that.
Second, third round grade on him.
You could be true, but when he came out that rookie year and showed what he was doing, nobody was.
He was sized. We all was sized. I was sized too.
Everybody was sized. Yeah, like we on our way, and then he got hurt. He came back and he still was pretty solid. It's cool. Last year he had a messed up year. Now he's not worth a first. He's not a number 2. He's trash.
I never say. Reedy never said he was trash. I never said that. I never said he was trash. I just said he wasn't getting it done. For this regime, they don't owe him nothing. That's just like if we would have kept Sam Howell. Everybody loves, well, not everybody. Some people didn't love Weston. Shout out my man West. West didn't love Sam Howell. From day one, he was saying Sam Howell wasn't it. Whatever. If we would have kept Sam Howell and they would have rolled with him, same situation. What could we have said? Nothing. They got a look. They got a whole training camp with him. They got a whole OTA off season with him. And I was hearing rumblings earlier today that some people say that he had an attitude problem. Not necessarily with this regime, but previous.
Oh my God! Now he got an attitude problem.
That's what
I've never heard.
But that's what they said on the radio.
Oh my God! That's big money. Big money, 11, 13, 98. If we don't get a big wide receiver, a big star wide receiver out of this trade, this trade was pointless. I agree. Like
the trade is not pointless. It's not
like
pointless.
What you gonna do? Have an extra third? What you gonna wait? Like what you gonna do?
So you gotta make a trade. Here's the thing.
We made the trade.
Okay, we probably could have kept him through this season. right? We could have kept him through this season, but then he has 1 year left on his rookie deal, right? He's a first round pick. Clearly, if he didn't turn up, he's not getting a 5th-year option, right? So he has 1 year left on his deal, correct? Am I correct?
Correct. Okay.
Then you try to move him. Then what do you get from him? Absolutely nothing. He got 2 years left on his deal, 2 years team control on his deal, on a rookie contract.
All that is fine, but all that is fine. All that is fine. I hear what you're saying. Not trying to cut you off. That's fine. But where is the corresponding move? Yes, it's only been 1 day since the trade. I would like to see
all I'm saying is they may be trying to make a move. But even if they don't make a move,
if we go into week one with the guys we get, if we go into week one with the guys we got, Reedy, we're worse off than we were before when we had them.
Bro, y'all, the problem with these fans is y'all want to win. One minute y'all want to say trust the process. Oh, this is going to be a year. As long as we're competitive, we're good. Then as soon as the season get up on us,
about to do the Reedy,
as soon as the season get up on us, y'all want to act like we going to the fucking Super Bowl. We're not. Stop what y'all doing. We're not going to the Super Bowl. We may be the Houston Texans. I doubt it, but we may be them. But trust the process. They know what the fuck they doing.
I'm about to do the Reedy.
You can do all that.
How many years in a row I had? How many years in a row I had to talk you off that? Reedy, be patient. We ain't there yet. At least I know many times, but we can just talk about the last 2 years.
Talking me off of this shit too.
Sam came out throwing strikes and immediately, man, we on our way. And I'm like, chill, Bobby. Yeah, we happy, but I'm like, calm down, chill. We gonna see. And you know what I mean? Shit kind of went left. Then you was getting real mad. I'm like, what did you expect, Reedy? And I want to win, Z. I'm tired of losing this fucking team. He was going on. The last 2-3 years, so like, stop it. Stop it. Now you want to all of a sudden you got this cloud of patience. Like, Reedy, stop it. You've never been this. Who you trying to complain about is you. What you talking about?
Hey, go ahead,
out of the two of us, I've had the most patience over the years. Period.
Now you don't have patience?
I was
you
with
finally got me on board with the patience, and now you don't got patience.
I have patience, but what I'm trying to figure out is I have patience, but again, you trade your second best receiver, and you're depending on guys who are unproven and have done less than him. And yes, again, if you want to trade early to get your value that you think you get beforehand and later, fine, but just show me the next move and I'll shut up. If it ain't no move, the shit was dumb. If we go into the season without a better receiver, it was dumb. Period. It's too many receivers out there available via trade that's having contract issues that we need to figure out. We should be calling.
All I'm saying is we don't know what they're trying to do. They may be trying to pull a blockbuster off. We don't know.
Well, pull it off because
this is just the first step. Teams do this shit all the time. They make a minor trade, pull the wool over everybody's eyes, and the next thing you know, it's a blockbuster. Schefter coming through with a blockbuster.
Hey, I hope it's a blockbuster. Like just like the case that said blockbuster we used to open and we used to get excited with the games and the moves. I hope it's that type of trade. Absolutely. That type of excitement. But if we go into week one without a trade, Reedy, I'm telling you, the boys gonna go out there and trust me, if they go out there and put up skyrocket numbers, I will sit here and laugh at myself and shut up and say, okay, all right, I may have been wrong. Let's see it do it again. If they perform, I'll shut up. But today we are not better today at receiver than we were yesterday. That's all I'm saying. When we woke up yesterday, we were better at receiver.
We got so many blind holes. It's ridiculous. Our offensive line is the number one priority, and y'all worrying about a fucking receiver. A receiver that wasn't really doing nothing, and they got some draft capital for him, and y'all worrying about that.
If they would have traded him, if they would have traded him for a right tackle, left guard, I would probably be happier. You traded him for a 3rd round pick to sit on it for what?
We don't know what they're going to do. That's all I'm saying. We don't know what they're going to do.
And my scenario is based off if they don't make a trade. So that's my frustration. But back to the comments. Everybody's saying we not getting our youth. Let's see. AP lost with this trade to the Eagles. Did the same thing in the draft. I ain't with that shit at all. I like the trade, but your Philly is crazy. If we had to trade him,
why y'all so scared of Philly?
if it was to the Giants or the Cowboys, it would be the same thing.
Years. Like, why y'all scared of Jahan is going to be the difference maker? They got a fucking all-star team over there, and y'all worrying about fucking Jahan?
Yeah, because they have an all-star team over there, he's going to be able to have opportunities and hoop and show that he was worth keeping. That's all I'm saying.
I wish him luck.
Yeah. Why didn't we get rid of Brown instead of Dotson? Nobody wanted Brown back.
Nobody. Who's going to take Brown on? Nobody. They ain't gonna go give you nothing for Brown. We better off releasing him.
Martavius Bryant is going to be the number 2. Yeah, you better not.
Yeah, shout out to you, whoever said that.
That was bad.
Who?
My man, my G-Dot the Great.
Oh, hey, yeah, man.
Bringing our youth.
G-Dot, you wild for that one, G-Dot.
We tank it for Travis Hunter. So they said, what's your opinion on picking up T. Higgins in free agency? I mean, if we don't trade for a receiver now, free agency, we need to be top receiver. Yeah, T. Higgins.
And that's my point. That's my point. I'm with you on it. We may could have rolled the season out with Jahan or whatever. But they didn't. They chose not to. They chose to get rid of him now. They thought maybe they can get more. You know, it's a whole grading system for these draft picks and all of that stuff. We learned this offseason, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a formula to all of it that us fans, the casual fan, ain't privy to. So just let them cook. And I think maybe even if we don't get one of these big name receivers now, we've got a good chance of getting them in free agency. We just got to be patient. You think this was a 1-year plan? This is a 2 to 3 to 4 year recalibration or whatever they want to call it.
I ain't never heard of no 4-year recalibration. The recalibration is you're supposed to walk in, get recalibrated, and be out. Like that's just supposed to happen. That's a fast process.
80% of the roster. How the hell you think that is just going?
You choose recalibration so you don't have to wait.
All right.
Shit is crazy.
Everybody got it all figured out. Just no. Everybody been a GM before. Niggas GM on Madden. Everybody at GM. Oh, you may have won you ever win a fantasy Z?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I won like $2,000-$3,000 one year.
I can't confirm.
My man L put me in a group with some of his men. I definitely won.
Especially not no league with L run.
Nah, he ain't running. It was his other league. We probably get more out of the tight ends than Dotson for sure. I'm not worried about going to the Super Bowl. I'm worried about our young quarterback. Can't send him out there with those receivers. Remember McNabb rookie year in Philly. Some of our fans love the players more than winning. Everybody won't understand what I'm saying. Man, I just my whole thing is I'm cool if, again, like I'm gonna keep saying it. The trade will be fine with me as long as we come back with an upgrade. If it ain't no upgrade, then I don't know. Bruce says, I don't see y'all going 7 and 10. I don't see how y'all going to score points.
That's a good point. I didn't see how we was going to score with John.
Some guys just need a chance. I'm not sure the plan, but I trust the process.
If you look at these top tier teams, they got 2 and 3 receivers. They got 2.
And we got one.
They got 2 tight ends.
And we got 1 receiver. That's the point I'm trying to make.
If we barely got
that. Let's not forget that, y'all. Don't remember.
If we being
Terry's not a 1. He's a 1A. 1B in Reedy eyes. 1B in Reedy eyes.
1B.
Yeah. And then he was saying today, if I'm on the phone with him, yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I guess if it was Terry, man, I really would have felt like you. I would have been pissed. Nick, this is the same nigga was saying trade Terry at the end of last season. Stop it. The switch up be real. I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
Hey, what I say, this is a what have you done for me lately league. Niggas ain't did shit for Reedy lately. Yeah, you gotta get up out of here, champ. I ain't gonna hold you. It's business. It ain't personal. Still my man though, but
Hey,
you know.
you stop. What you say on that reel? Hey Terry, you garbage. You're trash. You garbage.
I don't remember what
Yeah,
I said. That's what he kept when he was on his shit. Keep dropping
yeah,
passes.
driving and all that. Yeah, that's how
Literally.
fun though, man. But yeah, no, I mean, just off the Jahan topic. Like, what's next for the team, man? If it's not a trade, I really do hope everything gels. I do think that Brian Robson is, they set them up to have a solid year. I think, like you said, I do think Kingsbury is going to have a balanced offense, and he's going to run the ball a lot more than people think. And he's definitely going to switch it up with Robson being able to catch out the backfield. We already know Eckler what they're going to do. It's going to be a good 1-2 punch as far as them. And the biggest question remains the O line. Jaden has looked, pretty solid through preseason for the little bit of time he's had through camp. He's been killing it. I mean, I think the quarterback will be fine. We just got to protect him and have him some weapons. Defensively, yeah, I mean, we got to find ways not to give up the big plays. I feel like that's still a question mark in my mind with them DBs. Your man Forbes is basically considered a backup pretty much at this point. Jamin is getting a lot of talks, and they growing on Jamin a little bit. So seems like Jamin is going to make the team. I mean, that's what it seems like. Louisville continues to make his flashes and do his thing, and Wagner, his leadership, and all the way across the board. So we'll see. But yeah, well, any surprise, any surprise prediction cuts from anybody on the defense? It's
That's
gonna
a
have
good
to.
question. That's
I
a good
say for
question.
me, and I would hate this again. If this happened, I would hate it. But a surprise cut for me probably would be Defoe, because I haven't seen Defoe do much. It seems like he's not really in the mix, or what Dan says, we're right in the middle. Uh, I don't really be seeing Defoe much of Defoe. I know he started out injured. Beginning of camp, he was getting sprinkles of playtime, but he wasn't in there. And I don't know. All the hype is around Quan. Tyler Owens is getting a whole lot of hype. I mean, but he been hooping, so it's well deserved. You know what I mean? What's the other safety? Chin doing his thing. And it's Reeves is definitely going to make the team. So yeah, it's just like, where does Force fit? I don't know. And you still got Percy Butler. And they like this kid. Was it Deion Hamilton? What's his name? That's his name, I think. The rookie. He's playing like that hybrid safety linebacker. So the safety room is looking packed. So I don't know what's going to happen with
You
Defoe for
talking
sure.
Dominic Hampton?
Dominique Hampton, yeah, Dominique Hampton. So we'll see. We'll see how that pans out. But we hop back on and see if any questions on the Instagram side. Um, what we
I
gonna do
think
at the?
I think it's going to be telling once the final 53 comes out and what happens in the waiver wire with us picking them, with us having the number 2 behind the Carolina Panthers. I think we'll be in position to get some people that people just couldn't keep on their rosters. You know what I'm saying? Or they're trying to transition to get them to their practice squad or whatever. I think we're going to cash in somewhere in there. I don't know, but we gotta tailor back our expectations. Like, we can't expect for us to be.
Your mic went muted. Yeah, your mic's muted. There you go. Yeah, you back.
I was saying we got to just tailor our expectations. You know what I'm saying, on this season, and just take it with a grain of salt. It is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. Now if we go 10-7, I would be happy. If we go 9-8, whatever, it is. I don't know what we're going to go, but as long as we're showing signs of improvement going into next year, I'm happy. I'm here for it. Now, if we just for some mysterious way go on this run, then I'm here for it too. But I don't think it's gonna go that way. You just got to temper our expectations, thinking like we've arrived. We haven't arrived because we might have a franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I think we actually do, and I think that's definitely going to change a lot for us and the things that we can do and how creative we can be with this roster. So we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I haven't really set no expectations for this year. I just want to see some solid, physical, sound football, but I also want to see sound roster moves. And that's just my biggest issue right now. It just don't look sound right now.
So we haven't seen sound roster moves the whole off season because of the Jahan Dotson trade. That now we haven't seen sound roster moves.
I didn't say we haven't.
I mean, that's what you insinuate. I mean, you said it in so many words.
I said I just want to see sound moves. So if I see one that I don't think is sound, I'm going to speak out about it.
So one thing didn't go your way.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a roster we're talking about. You have no room. You have no room for mistakes, especially with trading him in division. Come on now. You would have sent him to the Raiders. I could have lived with it a little bit. I could sleep better
because it's in division. That's the kicker.
It's in division. That's definitely matters. It's disrespectful.
Okay. How was it disrespectful? That's the team that gave him probably the most value. I don't think it's disrespectful. It is what it is. When we signed Deshaun Jackson, I ain't hear you talking about no in division then.
No, really, of course not. If I'm on a receiving end of a receiving a division, I would love that.
There's no difference. And still making moves within the division.
No. The argument is
I understand your point.
Yeah. I'm not saying don't make moves in the division. I'm saying make moves in the division that benefit you. And in this one, I don't think that's
about the move they made in the draft. But now you crying about this one.
I was definitely questioning why the hell we trade with the Eagles. But when we came back, we seen how it, they proved how we kind of like fleeced them, and they was trying to get more. And he like, nah, this is what we want. And and he hung up on him and made him press his hand, and he called back tweaking. I can live with that. And it's in the middle of the round of the picks. Like a lot of it doesn't hold the same weight as giving up a quality player, is what I'm saying. That's a quality player. Y'all can try to act like he's this bum all of a sudden.
Somebody quality player. And Instagram says somebody fumbled for who y'all referring
to? I think he's talking about B-Rob. Yeah, B-Rob has a few fumbles. Yeah. So it's just like, come on, man. You keep making these guys better. Yeah, he just said that's a good point. Dotson value had to be low everywhere else for them to trade him to the Eagles.
Really? That's my whole point.
That can't be. I thought he was coming on a different topic, but he ended differently. But that doesn't mean that per se. The Eagles really, like you said, the Eagles could have liked him enough.
All right, so let's just give up more. I got a scenario for you. We this fantasy football, right? I'm asking you for a trade, right? Somebody else asks you for a trade too, and somebody else. You're going to take who's going to give. If your organization is set on moving this person, and you're trying to get a specific thing in return, or he doesn't work for your program, he may be a cancer. I'm just speculating. I don't know what happened with Jahan or none of that. I don't know, but I'm just saying. And the Eagles say, "Oh, we'll give you a 3rd round pick," but everybody else is talking about, "Oh, we'll give you a 6th, we'll give you a 5th." And we're gonna throw in 2 7ths that you can go around in the draft if you want to move up, move back, whatever you want to do in the draft. Clearly, them 2 7ths we didn't have that. I think we only had like 4 or 5 draft picks in the 2025 draft. If you went and looked at when Nikki Jala, whatever fuck her name is, when she posted
Biggie Javala.
About our draft picks. So what would you do? You're going to oh no, I can't trade you because
you evaluate the situation. Like, no,
that?
I hear what you're saying, and of course, in those situations, you do evaluate the situation and you weigh the options. Now, if it's a situation where this trade makes that much better sense to trade them there, okay, you live with trading them in division because you got the better value out of it. We don't know if it was two teams saying that. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they probably did just want to get rid of him that much, and the Eagles may have offered the most, and we only had that option. Maybe. I'm just saying that I still don't think we got enough out of that trade to say that was value. That's not value to me.
So where's your evaluation on Jahan Dotson as far as a trade? You thought we should have got a second or a first?
No. I'm saying, first of all, he still had enough potential on the board to figure out where he could be. That's one thing. How far do
potential take you?
I mean, this is third year. Like, you got time. He gets up to 5 years as a first rounder. This is third year. I can see if we was in year 4, year 5, you trying to, okay, it's his third year. You got room to see what
they traded the second overall pick. So the second overall pick that was touted a generational talent. Previous regime traded him, right?
He says, say that again. Previous regime traded who?
The previous regime
traded who?
The second overall pick.
4 years after knowing he wasn't.
They traded him in year what?
They traded him in year 4. The halfway through year 4.
Okay.
And by that time, his value was what his value was
right? They got nothing for him. So Jahan had 2 years left on his deal. The writing was on the wall. He wasn't getting it done. He ain't it.
If that's what you want to believe. If that's what you want to believe. I don't
know. This is what they said. I didn't say it.
You just said it.
I trust Adam Peters as an evaluator.
He told this is what they said, and you just said it.
He ain't. I'm telling you.
Okay, it's cool.
Dan Quinn, you see the press conferences. He talking about other niggas before he talk about him. He ain't it. He did a readie. Cool. I talk about Rosemary St. John, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Rosemary
St. John. Jahan wasn't it.
Jack Saint. I keep saying Saint Jack. Jack Saint.
I think Jahan is an outstanding player, but he just wasn't getting it done. If he ain't getting it done, you got to go. I wish you well. Wish you well.
I wish him well. I wish him well too. And I just hope we don't regret it. That's all I'm saying.
Because he make a couple plays, we're gonna regret it. These players got to the NFL. They got talent.
If he go out there and if he goes out and gives them 10 touchdowns this year, yes, we fucked up. If he goes out there and gives them 8 touchdowns this year, we might have fucked up. Because we ain't got nobody that's going currently on the roster, and I'm just saying, currently on the roster, maybe or maybe not. We don't know if we got somebody to do that.
Let's revisit this around week 10.
All right, we can. Week 8, week 10, whatever.
Week 10, let's revisit this and see if, we still singing the same tune. Or if they go out and they get another piece or something like that, or if somebody, shocks us and contributes. Because I don't think the Rams thought Puka Nacua, whatever his name is, they thought he was going to be what he was last year. It was a surprise, right?
Okay, I hope so. I hope we had a surprise on this team since Speedy Banks. Speedy Banks, he was a surprise. He was a bagger, and he came in.
Almost 16.
Yeah, that was the last surprise. You talk about. Speedy Banks. Hold on, my man say I disrespected his man Brian Orakpo. His man and reading man Brian Orakpo.
Who said that? First of all, let me defend myself on this post of this man.
LeVar Arrington was what? Hold on, and make sure
LeVar Arrington was like that. You tripping? He was like that. He may have had a short career here, but he was like that in the 2-3 years he was here.
It was Bobby Boucher. run and go hit somebody.
Man, LeVar Arrington from Penn State was like that, Slim. You tripping. You better go look at the highlights.
I'm not saying he wasn't a dog in college. He was. And I'm not saying that he deserved to be the number 2. Well, he was a number 3 pick that year because they took Samuel second, I believe. He definitely LeVar Arrington coming out of
1, Samuels went 2.
Cody Brown, yeah, I remember that. We had 2 and 3 that year. LeVar Arrington definitely was that man coming out of college. The first year or so, he definitely had a pretty good season. He was nice. But after that, once he got under Greg Williams, they realized that he couldn't read no defense, couldn't read no offense. He just run and go hit somebody, run up the A gap.
Why would he be really
an NFL player? I'm talking about like knowing what the defense is, the plays, the schemes, and all that. He was just a guy to just rush, go hit somebody. Like, come on, and you seen what that did. He went to the Giants. He wasn't even that great at the Giants. He was out the league. Well, LeVar Arrington. And the argument with LeVar Arrington, I'm not even trying to down him that much, but the biggest argument was Reedy said he's a Redskin legend. Fuck out of here. LeVar Arrington. Come on.
Hey, Rockpo put on, though. I ain't going to hold you. Rockpo used to put on.
Rockpo used to get...
You hated a Rockpo. I'm not saying he liked that. I mean, Rockpo was
Rockpo was so sorry. He rushed upfield. He always rushed upfield and gave up containment. He got sacks in garbage time. I think one game he might have had 2 or 3 sacks. He might have finished the season with 10 sacks or something like that. He wanted this big contract, and they ain't give it to him.
Go ahead. But the Kirk Cousins thing, what I said about that was we should have paid Cousins in 2017 that before the first year that they on that franchise tag situation. If they would have just paid him there, in hindsight, we would be much better off as an organization today.
Hindsight agreed. Hindsight agreed. But what I'm saying is Kirk Cousins was overrated when we had him. He's overrated with Minnesota, and he's going to show you how overrated he is in Atlanta. Period. So I can live with not paying an overrated guy. It is what it is. But yes, he was the best quarterback we had in the last 30, well, maybe not 30, but 20-some years. I take that. Huh?
If Alex Smith don't get hurt, we was on our way that year, but we was 6-2, something like that. When we 6-2,
something like that. Jason Campbell also went 6-2. He came back and went 2-6. We finished the year 8-8. I remember that. But yeah, Curtis. I respected the hell out of Curtis. I was definitely mad when Curtis was gone. But Reedy, I called Reedy. He didn't want to talk to me for about 2 days because he was pissed. He was pissed. That was his guy. I mean, I rocked with Curtis. I feel like we should have kept him. He was definitely our number 2, and Jahan was in the slot. We was hooping. But yeah.
Y'all, I just want to let y'all know what it really is Z is mad. He really mad at Dion.
I'm mad at Dion.
Dion posted that video.
Oh, go ahead.
Before training camp, he said, "Nigga, it's time." He basically said.
He said I'm him.
Play with him.
He said I'm him.
And Z was blown.
I thought. No homo. I thought guys say they him after they do something. Like, what has he done to be him?
He basically said they gonna respect him. Basically, what he said is they gonna respect him after this year. And my man been going out. He been going out there.
I hope so. Like I told you, I hope so. But Diami, your resume on paper right now is looking very light. Very light.
We'll be back with y'all next week once these cut downs come and we see who this final 53 is, and then we'll talk about the 16 people that they keep on the practice squad. 17 people that keep on the practice squad. We'll talk about that and see where we stand in. See if there's any blockbuster trades come down in the next week or so. But I agree. Man, we're gonna see. I don't think we're gonna get Ayuk at this point. I think that ship is sailed. I think they want too much for him, but it may change if we go into the season and he's still just showing up and not doing nothing. they're gonna really try to get rid of him. Then the price is gonna be a little cheaper.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. But yeah, though, man, it's definitely good about. He is right before we go. What about Lamb? Jerry Jones is not trading CeeDee Lamb to the Washington Commanders, the Washington
Absolutely
football
not.
team, nor the Washington Redskins.
Great players, great, and I would say CeeDee Lamb is a great player at this point in his career. Don't get traded within the division. Great players don't get traded within the division.
The Cowboys don't trade within the division. I don't. When the last time they did that?
I don't know. I don't follow them bums.
I mean, you haven't seen it.
I mean, your man Rui, ain't he a Cowboys fan? Ask him. He ain't here.
I think he stepped off. But yeah, man, that's it for the night, man. I mean, we it was a lot to talk about with this trade. Had a lot back and forth with my brother going on. We've been posting our battles back and forth, so make sure y'all check out the reels. Check out the YouTube, the Facebook, the Instagram. Follow us on all platforms at Reading and Z. We'll be locking in. And we definitely gonna do a post game after this preseason game, and definitely leading up to the cuts. And we'll go from there. But until then, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. Reading Z over and out. Till next time. Peace out.